Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Are you ready to get zucked? We're all here to get zucked, aren't we? What's going on, everyone? Yeah, I heard like seconds before I was about to hit the live button that Facebook might be coming back up. It's nuts, though. It's been a nuts day. We're gonna go over some of it. So, ouch, Jesus. I've got like an arm injury right now. You got COVID? That sucks, dude. Feel better, John. Ooh, ow. Hey, Shiro, what's going on? Did you guys see me on Adam and Stitch last night? I was chatting a bit and wait for people to come in. If Facebook never came back up, I think we'll all be better for it. That's funny, actually. I wasn't late today. Enjoyed seeing you on Adam and Stitch. Have a good show. Thanks very much, Butter Anvil. Thank you for the $2. Making some chili. Nice. No, I might be developing some kind of carpal tunnel, like using my mouse hand, writing, right, like trying to type scripts for the channel for the show. Just there's like a bone ache that I can't quite identify. It it feels like carpal tunnel, you know. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it isn't. Rather, that would suck. Okay, so more like anti-social media. I've done a video called anti-social media, actually. All right, let's talk about the Zuck. Okay, let's talk about the Zuck. How many of you knew what was going on? I am stretching them. I am stretching them. Oh, it's just. I think I'm just getting old, man. I think I'm just getting old. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. You know what? I did exercise today. In fact, I did exercise today. I got up with Naomi. We had like a decent breakfast. We had like morning stretches. We had morning stretches. We had morning cardio, morning weightlifting. We actually did like like we had a very positive morning. We walked through the forest a little bit. Yeah, they're back online partially, but we're gonna talk about it a little bit. So I was getting ready for tonight's Game Boomers stream, and Game Boomers has about 1/10 the views of SFO. So if you're here right now and you're not heading over to twitch.tv/gameboomers, what the hell are you doing? I'll put it in the chat. Naomi and I, we were going to click that link and follow, or else. Naomi and I, we were going to stream on the Game Boomers channel tonight. We're gonna. I mean, it's October, right? So we're gonna do some kind of some kind of Halloween game. We were planning to do the American McGee's Alice games actually tonight. That was the plan. Um, and then one of my mods and close friends messages me and was like, "Listen, you need to you need to not do the gaming stream tonight, and you need to fucking talk about this Zuckerberg thing, this Facebook thing." And I was like, Jesus. Okay, well here, if you, those of you guys who don't watch Twitch, go here instead. It is youtube.com/gameboomer. I stream on there too. All right, click on that one too. All right, there it is. If you don't want to watch it on Twitch, watch it on YouTube then. Click. But anyway, the point is, I have my my gaming channel, and we were getting ready to do the gaming stream tonight, and then one of my mods is like, you gotta cover. You got to cover this right now. All right. You have to cover this right now because it's happening. it's fucking happening, guys. All right. Yes. Yeah. American McGee's Alice is 2001, and Alice Madness Returns is 2011. Why would Naomi be done with Game Boomers, dude? She's my girlfriend, man. So anyway, Facebook down. It's back now, but some crazy shit has gone down. Okay. Okay, fine. Listen, you don't want to watch it on Twitch? That's fine. Watch it on YouTube. It's okay. Anyway, we're gonna move past. We're gonna move past that. Okay, we're gonna move past that. We're talking about Facebook right now. Okay, Facebook was down. It seems to be back now, but it was a shit show, and I'm gonna show you exactly why it was a shit show. Okay? Am I too quiet? Let me just. How's this? I'm getting closer to the mic. Okay? Let me show you the shit show. Wolfsbane for $5. Thank you. Check out the Bioneer for reinforcing joints, weak muscles, and general exercise tips. It may help. Thanks very much. If I just have to like exercise, maybe I'll just do that. TF Eric, thank you for the donation. Did you hear about the Swedish free speech cartoon dying? Lived with free speech for over 10 years and died in a car crash. Never heard of him, man, but I will check it out. Thank you. Okay. So. Oh, also, like, another thing I was doing today was I was working on the newest SFO video. And I basically had to switch gears to do this. Because I've actually done a fair bit of work on the newest SFO video. I think you guys will like it. All right, I have some good stuff happening for the newest SFO video, and I think you guys will like what I have planned. Give me just a second here while I rearrange a few windows, and we will get talking about it. We'll get talking about the great 2021 Zuck'ning. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if you can see this. Get on with it. All right. Xavier, shut up. Xavier, you fuck. Everyone go follow Xavier too. He's a good guy. Here we go. So, I have been, very slowly working on a Facebook. Here, check this out. A Facebook censorship video. I've just been collecting links over the years of individual instances when Facebook censored somebody. And look at my collection so far. Here's this text file, okay? Here's a text file. Zoop. And it's just, each one of these links is a story where Facebook censored somebody. And I was like, eventually I'll make this video, right? Look how many links are here. Eventually I'll make it. And then it got too big. way too fucking many, okay? And I'm sure someday I'll just do like the giant Facebook, the giant fuck you Facebook video one day. Okay? But this is a small collection of that. The ones that I think are most relevant to this, okay? So, I talked about this, I think, on a weekly sip a couple weeks ago. Doesn't look that big. It's reasonably big. It's reasonably big. You always send me more, but it's reasonably big. When it comes to links, man, that's like at least 100. At least 100. Anyway. I talked about this I think on 2 weekly sips ago. All right. Posting in the Canning Simple Recipes Food, Gardening, Preserving, and Crafting group. Are you concerned that someone you know is becoming too prepared? We care about preventing extremism on Facebook. So I guess if you're too prepared, you're an extremist. Okay? All right. This is going to be Dev's version of the Sargon's Male Feminist Predators video? Yeah, probably. Fuck. I had what I thought was carpal tunnel after I had the coof. Turns out it was brain damage after the immune response. Oh, fuck. Maybe I'll get fuckoed, Maybe I'll get coofed. Anyway, I talk about this. It's like it's stupid, it's goofy, but it's like whatever. Facebook's just being dumb. Okay. And then you get to something like this. All right. Facebook cracks down on discussing hoes in gardening group. That's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? It's a bit ridiculous. And you have something like small stories like this. Roger Waters told Zuckerberg, "Fuck you," after Instagram tried to buy a Pink Floyd song. Okay, haha, right? And you get to Facebook is forcing its moderators to log every second of their days, even in the bathroom. Sounds like Facebook is not a very fun place to work. And then of course you get to something which is a bit more serious, like Brett Weinstein being evicted from Facebook, no explanation, no appeal. And yeah, this is the kind of thing that Facebook does. They just throw you off if you are politically incorrect. Okay? And so we have a situation where Facebook has consistently been shit. Like, consistently been shit. Nobody likes Facebook. And nobody likes what Facebook's been doing. Okay? Like, forget about politics. The left doesn't like it. The right doesn't like it. The centrists don't like it. Nobody likes Facebook. Okay? So let's check some of this out. So you have... Do you remember? This was, I think, 2019. Yeah, 2019. Facebook had a list of hate agents. People that were, at least kind of allowed to be on Facebook, but they were labeled as hate agents and suppressed. I'm sure you remember this because Candace Owens was on the list. Was Sargon on the list? I think Sargon might have been on the list. Right. Paul Joseph Watson, Laura Loomer. You can just, yeah, right. Here we go. This was a spreadsheet taken from Facebook, and they had extra credit. Right. So, the extra credit category had Candace Owens in it. So, Facebook likes to do this sort of thing, okay? We have known this for a while, that Facebook is a bit ridiculous when it comes to following people, censoring people. We also know that Facebook has always played fast and loose with data. This is back in 2019 as well. Leaked internal Facebook documents show the plans to sell access to user data were discussed for years and received support from Facebook's most senior executives, including Zuckerberg and Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg. Zuckerberg oversaw plans to consolidate the social network's power and control competitors by treating its users' data as a bargaining chip, while publicly proclaiming to be protecting that data, according to about 4,000 pages of leaked company documents, largely spanning 2011 to 2015, obtained by NBC News. So, Facebook is not... It's not alien to think that Facebook would do consistent, ridiculous shit, okay? They do it all the time. They have always treated people like garbage. They have always arbitrarily censored and banned people, and they have always sold your data. This is why my Facebook account, my normie Facebook account, like that I use to talk to my mom, basically, and that's about it, has... the only picture on it is a picture of Robotnik, okay? Like, I don't put anything sensitive on there. Millions of Facebook's records in 2019 were found on Amazon cloud servers, just in plain sight. Yep, they just don't give a shit. Facebook data is still showing up in places it shouldn't. Yep, no problem. No problem here. This is just normal for Facebook, okay? The FTC has wanted to split apart Facebook from WhatsApp and Instagram in an antitrust case for a while now. This was just a handful of weeks back, so maybe this is actually getting underway. And of course, Facebook did nothing about violent militia and hate groups for 5 years, despite being warned at least 10 times, advocacy group says. This title is a hard article to get to. And I'm going to show you 3 examples, okay? 3 examples of what the problem is. Maybe we can actually, maybe we can actually get to the source of it. Okay, check out these examples. So, Facebook labels all Breitbart stories intentionally misleading with a pop-up. Okay. And this happened at, what was it, 20? Yeah, this was back in 2018. So when you would post a Breitbart link on Facebook, you get a pop-up underneath that said intentionally misleading, and then it would link to Wikipedia or something like that. Now, this is obviously pretty shitty, right? Like, who are they to label whatever you want to share as misleading? Who are they to choose which sources are authoritative and which aren't? So, fair enough, right? But then, in 2019, even as Twitter was banning political ads, Zuckerberg was defending them on Facebook. And to Facebook's credit, they did. They did. You could still post political ads on Facebook all throughout the 2020 election. That was something that you couldn't do on Twitter. So, fair enough, right? Of course, because of that, in spite of the Breitbart thing, but because of the political ads are allowed thing, you had lefty media saying Facebook leaves no doubt it's the right wing's social network now. The transformation of Facebook is complete. So, this is, I think, fundamentally the problem with what the postmodernists like to call the post-truth world. Where, on the one hand, yes, who is Facebook to say this source is correct, this one isn't? This source is authoritative, this one isn't? Who is Facebook to step in and put the thumb on the scales regarding what you want to post to your page and to your audience? Who made Facebook the arbiters of truth? Okay? Completely fair to ask those questions. But now you have to also ask, what is the alternative? And I don't like Facebook being in charge of this stuff, but like the alternative is like the Metal Gear Solid 2 problem, I don't know if you guys played Metal Gear Solid 2. Right at the very end of the game, they go on a giant rant about how there's too much information, and so people, rather than engage with what is uncomfortable, increasingly isolates themselves into more and more extreme echo chambers because there's enough information out there for everybody to do that. You can find 10 sources that look authoritative enough to convince you of anything, and you can just sit there in your echo chamber and circle jerk yourselves to death, regardless of what the truth actually is. So, Facebook is not qualified to ascertain what the truth is, but neither is any single one of Facebook's users. And you'd think that, like, the general consensus of everybody talking to each other would average out something approximating the truth. And it should, but if everybody is just in their echo chambers, if nobody's actually engaging with other people who have different points of view, that process doesn't happen. And that is what Facebook, through its use of algorithms and its ultimately chasing the clicks, so they're chasing dollars, chasing reactions of their own user base, Facebook has to basically push people towards a type of self-segregation. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I think it does. But basically, Facebook makes money when people engage with their services. People are more likely to engage with their services if they are reacting in an extreme manner to what's being posted on their services. And so Facebook will keep showing them what feeds that extreme reaction. Now, Facebook cannot and should not determine what is and isn't the truth. But if you're not being led to engage with people who have different views than you, you are only going to radicalize. Yeah, nobody is invalidated, but nobody is right. It's a problem. And it seems to be a problem that has no real solution, because you don't want the Facebook to be nationalized. You think that's going to make the problem better? That's going to make the problem worse. Do you think people should be forced to engage with content they don't want to engage with? I mean, probably not. That's just as bad too. There seems to be no solution to this problem. Oh, hey, Nomad. What's up, man? I think the problem is most people don't care about having fleshed out opinions, so it's easy to sell misinformation to an apathetic person. Yeah, I mean, partially. I think people do care, at least on some level, about having fleshed out opinions, but if they can feel like their opinions are fleshed out without ever having them seriously challenged, they'll go down that route. They'll read a dozen articles that all are written by different people in a slightly different way, but still ultimately agree with them. So they feel like they've done their own research, but they've never actually been questioned. You know what I mean? Yeah, it does seem like a problem with individuals. It is a problem with many individuals, but there doesn't seem to be an easy solution. The solution just seems to be for an entire generation of people who, frankly, aren't that emotionally and intellectually mature to grow up a bit. But there's no incentive for them to do so. And so, yeah, we haven't even gotten to what happened today. This is just my problem with Facebook and the problem with Facebook as I see it. We haven't even gotten to what happened today. Because what happened today is a shit show. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can figure it out. Hold on. Just in case I accidentally reveal something, I'm taking the screen away. Okay, here we go. All right. So, yeah, there's no way to solve problems inherent to human nature. On some level, we're probably just fucked. But here, check this out, okay? The current situation seemed to start yesterday, okay? Last night, Sunday night, on 60 Minutes, there was a Facebook whistleblower. Says the company prioritized profit over public good. Well, they are a corporation. Nobody should be surprised by that. Of course, they were going to do that. But this whistleblower and what she said on 60 Minutes seems to have completely fucked Facebook, okay? And let's see. The identity of the Facebook whistleblower who released tens of thousands of pages of internal research and documents, leading to a firestorm for the social media company in recent weeks, was revealed on 60 Minutes Sunday night as Frances, is it Haugen? Haugen? I can't pronounce anything other than English names, okay? I'm sorry. The 37-year-old former Facebook product manager who worked on civic integrity issues at the company says the documents show that Facebook knows its platforms are used to spread hate, violence, and misinformation, and that the company has tried to hide that evidence. The thing I saw at Facebook over and over again was that there were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook. And Facebook over and over again chose to optimize its own interests, like making more money. 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Pelley quoted one internal Facebook document as saying, "We have evidence from a variety of sources that hate speech, divisive political content, and misinformation on Facebook and the family of apps are affecting societies around the world." Around a month ago, I gotta adjust this pillow. I'm using a pillow to prop up my carpal tunneled elbow, and it's kind of getting in the way here. You have a bit of a water too. About a month ago, her name, she filed at least 8 complaints with the Securities and Exchange Commission, alleging that the company is hiding research about its shortcomings from investors and the public. She also shared documents with the Wall Street Journal, which published a multi-part investigation showing that Facebook was aware of problems with its apps, including the negative effects of misinformation and the harm caused, especially to young girls, by Instagram. She started at Facebook in 2019, and after previously working for their tech giants like Google and Pinterest, is set to testify on Tuesday before the Senate Subcommittee on Consumer Protection, Product Safety, and Data Security. I've seen a bunch of social networks, and it was substantially worse at Facebook than anything I'd seen before. At some point in 2021, I realized I'm going to have to do this in a systemic way. I'm going to have to get out enough documents that no one can question this is real. I can't say her name. God damn it, I can't pronounce it. I will read the super chats at the end of the stream, okay, guys? Thank you very much for supporting me, though. Facebook has aggressively pushed back against the reports, calling many of the claims misleading and arguing that its apps do more good than harm. Every day, our teams have to balance protecting the ability of billions of people to express themselves openly with the need to keep our platform a safe and positive place. Facebook spokesperson Lena Pietsch said in a statement to CNN Business immediately following the 60 Minutes interview. We continue to make significant improvements to tackle the spread of misinformation and harmful content. To suggest we encourage bad content and do nothing is just not true. Several hours after the interview aired, Jesus Christ. Pietsch released a more than 700-word statement laying out what it called missing facts from the segment, and saying the interview used select company materials to tell a misleading story about the research we do to improve our products. On Sunday morning, ahead of the 60 Minutes interview, Facebook Vice President of Global Affairs Nick Clegg told CNN's Brian Stelter that there is no perfection on social media as much as in any other walk of life. So, right, here's the part that I want to get to. Whistleblower revealed. She was recruited by Facebook in 2019 and took the job to work on addressing misinformation, but after the company decided to dissolve its civic integrity team, so she was part of the civic integrity team, shortly after the 2020 presidential election, her feelings about the company started to change. She suggested that this decision and moves by the company to turn off other election protection measures, such as misinformation prevention tools, allowed the platform to be used to help organize the January 6th riot on Capitol Hill. At least they're being responsible here and calling it a riot and not an insurrection. Sorry, guys, it wasn't an insurrection. It was a riot. There was trespassing. People should be arrested, not an insurrection. They basically said, oh, good, we made it through the election. There weren't riots. We can get rid of civic integrity now. Fast forward a couple of months and we had the insurrection. It's not an insurrection. When we got rid of civic integrity, it was the moment where I was like, I don't trust that they're willing to actually invest what needs to be invested to keep Facebook from being dangerous. Facebook says the civic integrity team's work was distributed to other units when it was dissolved. Facebook Vice President of Integrity, Guy Rosen, said on Twitter Sunday night that the group was integrated into other teams so that the work pioneered for elections could be applied even further. Okay, we have 2 points of view here, and neither point of view is good. Okay? On the one hand, the civic integrity team sounds dystopian. Okay? That sounds like they are going to make the decision on what you can post about the election. If you have a belief that is running counter to the civic integrity team, you don't get to post your belief. And it is very easy to see how that can be used to privilege one candidate in a democratic election over another. That is 100% anti-freedom. All right? On the other hand, and like her position here is like, they stopped doing civic integrity. That's bad. And it's like, well, is it? Was that actually a good thing? But then, at the same, this is the same problem I mentioned earlier, just a little bit, just a few minutes ago in the stream, where you have, on the one hand, Facebook cannot be the arbiter. On the other hand, without an arbiter, people are self-segregating, and they're building their own echo chambers, and they're radicalizing themselves. And either way, it's not a good outcome. Okay? And of course, this possibility that the civic integrity team and its work was not shut down, but applied to the rest of Facebook, is also dystopian. There seems to be no good for anybody coming out of this. For the left, for the right, for anybody. All right? And see, this kind of, what she says here actually kind of feeds into what I'm saying now. One of the consequences of how Facebook is picking out that content today is that it's optimizing for content that gets engagement, a reaction, but its own research is showing that content is hateful, is divisive, is polarizing. It's easier to inspire people to anger than it is to other emotions. If the company changes the algorithm to be safer, people will spend less time on the site. They'll click on less ads and they'll make less money. So, Facebook can in fact feed people into content that might not be within their echo chamber, but is probably healthier for them to engage with. But that means that Facebook gets less money. So it's almost like Facebook is incentivized not to do that sort of thing. No, not almost like, is like. If you have a bunch of, say, right-wing radicals on some right-wing Facebook groups, and they're radicalizing themselves, and you have left-wing radicals on left-wing Facebook groups, and they're radicalizing themselves, and nobody's ever actually being exposed to ideas that make them think a bit more than surface level about what they're saying and what they're doing. Then you're going to get situations like this. But that is what makes Facebook money. I'm going to check out my my gain. Hold on. People are saying I'm quiet. What if I adjust this? Test. How's that? Might be okay. Yeah. Facebook's margins are slim. Without outrage clicks, I don't think they'd be profitable. Yeah, exactly. I think so too. As always, I'll read the super chats at the end. Thank you. So, this happened last night. And then today, Facebook goes down. And it seems to have gone down hard. Like it's a shit show, okay? Let me just, oh yeah. This person blocked me. So I can't show you what they said. Here, hold on. I think I have it here. Yeah. Someone nuked the DNSA and AAA records for Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So, Facebook.com is for sale. Do you feel like buying it, guys? You feel like buying it? You have just in data of over 1.5 billion Facebook users are being sold on a popular hacking-related form. Data contains users' names, emails, phone numbers, locations, gender, and user ID. Listen, if you want to go and buy my Facebook profile, go ahead. All I have on it is that picture of Robotnik. Like, I'm fine. I'm fine, all right? Okay. Someone deleted large sections of the routing. That doesn't mean that Facebook is just down. That means that Facebook is gone. Now, I know some stuff about computers, but I don't know what this means. But if it does actually mean that parts of Facebook are literally gone, that's a kind of a big deal, isn't it? Okay. The entire domain for Facebook no longer exists. I feel like this had to be somebody on the inside. Like somebody just deleted shit, you know? So, we've traveled back in time to 2010, because I don't know if you recall that back in 2010 there was a big Facebook outage. Facebook's down. There's a snow day for Facebook employees. Facebook's internal communications platform, Workplace, was also taken out, leaving most employees unable to do their jobs. 2 Facebook workers called it the equivalent of a snow day. Facebook is still urging the court to dismiss the FTC antitrust suit, which doesn't seem to be working. Facebook stock is crashing. And Facebook has dispatched a small team to one of its California data centers to try and manually reset the servers. Damn. They're literally going out there to try to fix it, eh? Facebook employees can't enter the buildings to evaluate the outage because the door access badges aren't working. A source at Facebook says, "It's mayhem over here. All internal systems are down. Employees are communicating by text and by Outlook email." Going back to Hotmail, guys. Over the course of the day, Mark Zuckerberg's wealth fell by $7 billion. Jesus, that's a lot of money to just fucking vanish. This is from one of my mods here. You should all go follow her. Internet shutdown with a little. Twitter gave it like a little thingy, a little thingy, because Facebook needs to delete all evidence of selling our data and probably harboring pedophiles who traded CP and other illegal shit, knew about it and did nothing. Now they will burn. I only hope the same thing happens one day to Twitter. Now listen. Miss friend of mine, I have a feeling you might be slightly conspiratorial here, but I get it. Like the conspiracy theorist in me really wants to think that Facebook self-destructed in order to destroy a bunch of evidence of all of its wrongdoing. It's possible. I don't know how likely it is, but it's possible. And yes, that hashtag internet shutdown seems to be full of Gmail, TikTok, and Snapchat users complain apps are slowing down. Like, everyone is coming to Twitter now. Everyone's going to Twitter and be like, I guess Twitter is the new home. Dude, listen. You know how all the Zoomers left Tumblr to go to Twitter? All the boomers are going to leave Facebook to go to Twitter now. It's going to be a hell site. Twitter's going to be fucking awful. Listen, unfollow all of your porn accounts, all right? If you ever did porn, I know some people who are porn actors and actresses. If you ever did porn and hid it from your parents, take that shit off Twitter right now. You are fucked. Let's actually refresh this hashtag, see what's going on. Instagram influencers tomorrow. They're working at McDonald's. Twitter and Netflix are still up. There's still that. Twitter adding a little emoji next to the internet shutdown tag. That's pretty good. Okay. What's this? That's right. This is actually the official Twitter thread on it. Facebook is now back online. That's true. Facebook returned as soon as I started the stream. So about 30 to 40 minutes ago, Facebook finally came back. Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp platforms are suffering an outage. The company said that they were aware that some people are having trouble accessing the app and they were working on restoring access. Okay. They did not say what was causing the outage. Who knows? Now let's see. Seeing signs of increased BGP activity from Facebook might be signal that they're getting close to coming back online. So it seems like there's something's going on in the internet waves. Okay. Let me disable this, if you don't mind. And I'll bring it back in just a moment. Okay. There's a couple other things that I want to grab very quickly. What's this? Okay, excellent. How are you doing, chat? Hotmail no more now. Listen, I still have a Short Fat Otaku Hotmail, okay? I know. All right, I'm ready to come back. Sorry about that. So yet it does appear that Facebook can now be accessed everywhere. Facebook's stock fucking destroyed itself, but that's kind of par for the course when something like this happens. Update: Facebook Insta WhatsApp outage. 4 hours ongoing. Unlikely a hack. Servers likely behind problems. Facebook stocks are down. Zuckerberg lost $7 million. Global loss is $160 million an hour. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? So now you have to, since it's unlikely a hack, you have to ask the question: was it like a catastrophic hardware failure, Or was it somebody inside deliberately fucking around? Who knows? Who knows? Considering that this happens right on the heels of the Facebook whistleblower, it could be somebody on the inside fucking around. It could be deliberate to try and hide something, or it could just be a really big coincidence. You know? Coincidences happen every day, but you shouldn't trust them. While this was all happening, let's see if it's still happening here. Is it still going? No. Okay. Oh, was the video gone? Like completely? This video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with the video has been terminated. What? This was the official Instagram YouTube. Was Instagram just removed? Was Instagram just banned from YouTube? All right. So, what I was about to show you. Okay. What I was about to show you was about a 2.5 hour stream where Mark Zuckerberg was talking at a university. And he was making a very impassioned plea in this stream regarding free speech on Facebook. And how China, I watched part of the stream, how China was building their own internet, and how it was very anti-freedom, and how it was basically a threat to the open internet, and how Facebook wasn't going to stand for it. And I was going to show you parts of that stream, but I guess the official Instagram YouTube account has been banned. All right. Well, I can't show you that part of the information. Yeah, here, everyone who's saying that you still see it and they're live now, like, refresh the page. Come on. Instagram. Okay, everyone else is streaming about it, but like, where's the Instagram channel? Oh, okay. Channel. Are you back? Oh, it's back. Okay. The account is there. The stream is gone, though. The stream seems to be going. Oh, it's far less users, though. It was in like the 5 or 6 figure range when I was watching it before. Is this like a new account or something? Okay. In any case, just in case it's like a copyright issue, I can't show you the part of the stream that I want to show you, just in case. But yeah, there was a part of this stream where he talks about China, where he talks about how important it is that freedom of speech be respected, and fair enough. But let's not kid ourselves into believing that Zuckerberg is entirely on the free speech side. He's still selling the data everywhere. All right. That's an imposter account. Oh, okay. Well, fuck, dude. All right. You got zucked. Okay. So, at this point, Facebook's back. Things seem to be slowly returning. You know what? Here, since I don't have the screen on, I'm going to hop on Facebook. I don't want you to see anything, just in case there's something there that's like personal. I'm going to try and hop on Facebook and see what we get, okay? Let's see what we get. Let's just see. Not noticing the world's most obvious scam. Bwomp bwomp. Listen, what kind of person do you think you're following here? It's taken a long time to load. Come on. Is Facebook down again? Is Instagram down? Instagram. Instagram's up, but Facebook's down. So yeah, we have a situation where Facebook, with a long, shitty history of acting awfully, suddenly has a whistleblower come out with a shit ton of complaints. And you can disagree with those complaints. Like, should Facebook be censoring people's speech? No, but people are radicalizing themselves in echo chambers, and that's not good either. There's no good solution to this. But Facebook, like, maybe you solve the problem by nuking Facebook entirely, by just closing the site, saying, you know what, fuck it, no more Facebook, nobody gets social media anymore. Go out there and touch some fucking grass. Maybe that works. Maybe that's how you fix the fucking problem. But the point is, whistleblower shows up, blows the whistle, and now suddenly there's a hack. I don't buy it. There's something fishy. Doesn't pass the smell test. Okay, Facebook is back up for me. Sorry. My mom sent me a very nice message. My mom still uses Facebook, and it's the only reason why I still use it. And there we go. Yeah, it feels odd. It feels odd. It feels like something happened. Like something reasonably important just happened, and that we're only seeing the public face of it, you know? I don't want to sit here and just spin conspiracy theories. I'm not that kind of a streamer. I know there are people who like to do that because it gets them the big bucks, but it's not me. It just my intuition tells me that this was not just a normal hack, you know? That's all. It feels out of place. Yes, it feels out of place. Yeah, their HQ is fucked up too. Yeah, the card reader. Here's the thing. That's why I think it was an inside job, Zenchan. Because the card readers to get into the building, like somebody probably fucked around. Somebody fucked around. I'll go read the super chats. See, I wonder, like, what do you guys think? Should I go stream the Alice Halloween stream on Game Boomers now, or should I go work on the next SFO video? I wanted to like talk about this with you and kind of go over my thought process. Maybe go over some just like some research very quickly, you know? Just because well, sometimes you guys don't get to see how I make the videos, you know? And sometimes just sitting down with you and chatting about how I feel about things can get the creative juices flowing. You know? Both? So hold on. You want me to stream Game Boomers and also make the video? I'll just do both. Okay. I'll do them at the same time, in fact. Fuck it. Stream the Yala stuff, we can wait on SFO. Game, stream, do what you want. Go stream, you only live once. More video, go for a jog. I jogged this morning. Stream editing the videos. Here, let me read the super chats, and then I will stream yourself editing the SFO video. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I will go stream the here. I'll drop the links. Here. my gaming channel on Twitch, and my gaming channel on YouTube. You can be there in, I don't know, half an hour-ish, and we'll be there to play those games. But you know what? I am far enough along on the SFO video that you should see the new SFO video very soon as well. So, stream tonight. Yeah, Alice stream tonight, Halloween stream tonight, and SFO video tomorrow. I think I'll outline it like that. Make sure you guys are there though. All right, be there, be square. I put a lot of work into the gaming channel, so I'd really appreciate it if you showed up. Also, you can look at Naomi's booba. Let's check out these super chats. I'll do the super chats and then I'll go stream on Game Boomers. That's the plan. Thank you very much for all your support, guys. I do appreciate it. I might do more of these impromptu streams in the future if I can't get an SFO video out that day, I'll just chat with you guys for an hour or something about what I feel about like a new or a current topic, you know? I don't know if you guys will actually like that idea, but I am a bit more disorganized when I'm just chatting than when I'm like writing a script, you know? So maybe you'll like it. Here, let's do the super chats. Observing Otaku, $2. Thank you. When are you doing another talking to video? Talking to? What do you mean by talking to video? Like talking to somebody else? Probably soonish. The Sideshow Man, 212, $5. If I had to guess, either somebody decided it was time for revenge or they're deleting fucking everything. Yeah, I could see that. Red Sing the Blues for $5. Thank you. Instagram isn't working. I can hear the screams of Gen Z. The Figure 13 for $8. Thank you. If Zuck truly cared about free speech, he'd reinstate President Trump's Facebook account since Trump never broke any laws regarding free speech. You know, fair enough. Kiki's Hideout for 50 Mexicans. Dev, can you please explain how Kraut was actually innocent and Medicare lied to all of us about the doxing? Kraut had a research server where he was looking into people to make videos on them. And sometimes when you have to expose somebody's frauds and scams, like say with Coach Red Pill, you have to know some information about them, which he did have. Because Coach Red Pill had like a few, I think he had like a front company that he was like funneling money through. Like it was a shit show with Coach Red Pill. And researching that involved getting a hold of his address. That was the doxing. There was never any actual doxing server. Kraut is innocent. I'm going to fucking die on that hill. All right? Steven, I'm not going to say your last name. I'll just say Steven for $5. Thank you. Instead of a hack or a server issue, is it possible that Zuckerberg pulled a Watergate on his own IP? It's possible. It's possible. Archmagoras Sancti for $10. Thank you. You pursue the truth and have more courage than most Christians I know. Not sure if you're a believer, but either way, may Mary's Immaculate Heart bless and guide you in your work. Be well, my man. Thank you very much. I am an atheist, though, but thank you. I do appreciate it. I have more respect for religion now than I did when I was a kid, you know? Even though I'll probably never be a believer. It doesn't seem rational to me. But you do what you like. You do what you like, okay? Exceptional Pleb for $10. I think they're completely overhauling the algorithm. Yeah, I think they're trying to hide something. Kiki Hideout. What happened to Streamlabs? What's Stream Elements? Streamlabs and Stream Elements are just like two competitors doing the same thing. I still use both though. Steven again for $5. Facebook Teams deployed. Sounds like the intro to the Resident Evil movies. That's pretty funny. Francis Board Coppola for $2. Facebook's crashing. You love to see it. Lieutenant Havoc for $10. Hey, Dev, got a new job a little while ago, so I can now afford to simp to my favorite 3D YouTuber. Keep up the fantastic work. Thank you very much. And good job on getting the job. Francis again for $5. It's insane to me they call it a restroom. Where's the resting in this place? I'm fighting for my life right now. Titan Ravenscar for $2. Could Facebook be regulated like a casino? Yeah, I mean, I don't like government regulation, but it's also, I also don't hate it the way that libertarians do. It's probably necessary, you know. Archmagus, again, for $5. Love you, SFO, God bless. Thank you very much. Jab Slant. Dev, get back on EFAP, you panini. I will do so. I will do so. One day. Common Cure for $5. If certain people get pushed out of polite society IRL, what's going to stop them from banding together and seceding and making their own societies? I mean, force, you know? You'll probably get like a Ruby Ridge or something if you really try to do that. It sucks, but that's the way it is. Let's see here. Gaius. What happened with Facebook? Just woke up. Dude, the whole stream. Colin Sanders for $5. Corporate pen tester here. This Facebook deal looks like an inside job by several people in different departments. Lots of coordination here. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Oh, you're asking when I talk with another socialist. I don't know. I could do some more, but a lot of people like don't want to talk to a non-socialist anymore. Socialists have gotten jittery in the online debate space. Oh my god, hold on. Hold on. I bought it. Someone spent $60 to buy Facebook.com. Well, I mean, that's a waste of $60, but look at the balls on this guy. That's fucking incredible, dude. Wow. Okay. Okay. Arch Magris Sancti for another 15. Thank you. I will never beat anyone over the head to believe, but I can always support those who call it corruption without fear. By the way, I think you love reading the works of Thomas Aquinas. I have read Aquinas. I read him back when I was in university, but thank you very much. Yeah. Someone bought Facebook.com for $50 or $60. Well, I guess that's the end of Facebook. So I wanted to do this stream just so I could chat with you. I talk to Sargon, guys. I talk to Sargon every day. Okay. But I wanted to do this stream just to chat with you about what's going on because I don't know if this stuff would pan out into a video. I don't know how long that video would take to make. And even though it's a bit more disorganized than my usual videos, sometimes it's good to just, shoot from the hip, talk with you guys for fun. Just go over, evidence as it comes in and links as they come in and just, spitball ideas with the chat. Sometimes that's a lot more fun than actually making a scripted video, and also a lot more fruitful, or at least like a different kind of fruitful. You know what I mean? Sometimes that is a way to do things. I like doing the scripted videos, but also sometimes, especially if I can't get a video out like right away, maybe there's some value in just doing like a chatty stream, right, where I talk about an idea, or I talk about like a happening. So I do plan to get out the next SFO video soon. It is basically going to be tying together my most recent videos. If you look at, let me just go to the who would win, a multi-billion-dollar company coming up with its own $60. Yeah, I don't think that's going to hold up, dude. Thank you for the super chat, but I don't think that $60 purchase is going to hold up. Here. So my most recent videos were anti-bedtime action, trigger warnings don't work, the private life, and why does the purity spiral come for everyone? There is a thread that connects those 4 videos that I intend to make a larger video about. I'm going to tie those 4 videos together for you because I have some things to say about their unifying element. And their unifying element seems to be personal weakness. Because the purity spiral is, it's the self-destruction of communities as people turn on each other. The private life it was a video about how people are just not allowed to have personal lives, non-political spaces within a more socialist framework. The trigger warnings is obviously about how people are weak and get triggered. And the anti-bedtime action is a hatred of children, a hatred of parents, a hatred of families, and also a hatred of restrictions. So there is a theme of personal weakness that flows between those 4 that I'm going to talk about more in depth. $2 from the Observing Otaku. Thoughts on reasonable government regulation? Fine with it. I'm not a libertarian. Government regulation can be bad, but it's also not universally bad. Facebook didn't Epstein itself. Thank you for the 5, the 5 squishy. Paxillus involutus for data, the poor dear. Much love, have fun. Thank you very much for all your donations, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'll do more of these if there's demand for them. If there's demand for just like chatty streams instead of, like guided videos, I'll do some more. So here, I'll drop my links in the chat once more. I probably should have copied them. The Twitch channel, twitch.tv/gameboomers, and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/gameboomer without an S. Gameboomer. I'll stream there between half an hour and 45 minutes. I'll be live there. I'm gonna go get set up, get Naomi set up, and we will play some American McGee's Alice and new SFO video hopefully tomorrow. That's about it. Thanks for being here, everybody. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate everyone being here. You guys are great. Best community on the internet. And I will see you in a few minutes. Make sure you're there. If you're not there, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. I love you.